Hey guys, Rameko here, back again with another video, and today we're going to be looking at a Lorwyn Eclipsed Draft Night box. And so we have seen this before in this channel, but with the Secrets of Strixhaven Draft Night box. These come with 12 play boosters, 1 collector booster, 90 lands, and so the intent is to have 4 people draft. However, I think these are going to sit around a lot longer in my shelf than if I actually have a chance to draft them. And so, similar to the other ones, we are going to open them. So, with Lorwyn Eclipsed, there is a number of cool things you could get in these boosters. You've got these dual-sided shocklands, right? And so when I say dual-sided, they've got artwork of Lorwyn, which is the daytime, and then Shadowmoor, which is the nighttime. And so that's a very interesting chase card in this set. There's also the special guests cards, which are very cool. And then I think, last but not least, there are some really interesting mythics in this set as well. And of course, the collector booster could have something very, very unique, like a serialized card as well. So with that being said, we will cut this box open and take a look and see what's inside. So one of the previous videos that I made was associated to the World Cup and some of the memorabilia that I showed, and that got a lot of interesting traction and more views. So I will be doing more of that as well. I will be bringing in videos to talk about Lego, soccer, some of my fantasy books, and artwork related books. And yeah, generally speaking, I've got a ton of different memorabilia and collectibles. There are things with hockey, so many different things. And so just stay on the lookout for that. So yeah, here we have Lorwyn Eclipsed. Surprisingly, the artwork here features a bunch of students from Strixhaven. I'm guessing they got lost in Lorwyn by somehow planeswalking there or something like that. But that's neither here nor there. I don't follow the story as closely as I previously did. So right in the opening of the box, we've got a Lorwyn collector booster. And I really love the fact that they put them in these little sleeves so it doesn't get bent and retains its shape. And then of course you've got the 12 play boosters. And then you've got the pack of land. Very cool. So we will start as usual with the play boosters. We'll go to the collector booster last. See what we get. There's been a lot of reveals in the last week or so for the upcoming set The Hobbit, as well as the Fractured Reality set. And so I'm very excited for both of those. We have both of those sets pre-ordered, so I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, so I won't be going through all of the commons, but we will look at the uncommons and we will look at the rares. Now there's a ton of very cool and relevant cards in this set. Our first uncommon is Kindle the Inner Flame. Second is Requiting Hex. The third is Tanufel Rhyme Speaker. Fourth is Hovel Hurler. And we've got a full art Tristan's Command. That's a 4 black and a green. Kindred Sorcery Elf. Choose 2. Create a token that's a copy of target elf you control. Return 1 or 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Destroy target creature or enchantment, and creatures target player controls +3/+3 until end of turn. Untap them. Seems like a really good card. We've got Gilt Leaf's Embrace. The Mountain. Nice. So I have a green-black Lathril elf tribal commander deck. So I think this Tristan card would go really well in that deck. So that's kind of a cool hit. First uncommon is Wanderwine Trapper, or Wanderbrind Trapper. Blossoming Defense. Very strong card. Goatnap. And rare is a Mirror Mind Crown. So this is a 4 mana equipment. When it's attached to a creature, the first time you would create 1 or more tokens each turn, you may create that many tokens that are copies of the equipped creature. Cool. And then Spry and Mighty. 4 and a green. Choose 2 creatures you control. Draw X cards. And the chosen creatures get +X/+X and gain trample until the end of turn, where X is the difference between the chosen creature's powers. Oh wow. We got a mythic, and this mythic is Lockmare. So 1 and a blue, 4/5 horse serpent creature, and this creature enters with 3 -1/-1 counters on it. So it effectively comes in as a 2/3 for 2. For 1 and a blue, remove a counter from this creature, draw a card. So you get 3 of those, and then remove 2 counters for 3 mana. Tap target creature, put a stun counter on it. Okay. Very cool. Now I doubt that mythic is going for a ton of value, but it is foil and it is beautiful looking, and I'm sure we can put it in our cube. So a cube is something I built as well, which is something you could consider, a boutique, or not boutique, rather bespoke draft experience. So you basically build your own set with cards and draft amongst your friends. So I created, I believe, a 360 or 420 card set. Our first uncommon here is Vinebred Brawler. Second is Warren Torchmaster. Third is Nightmare Sour. Fourth is Rhyme Chill. And then our rare is Champion of the Weird. 3 and a black, Goblin Berserker for 5/5. As an additional cost to cast a spell, behold a goblin and exile it. Pay 1 life, blight 2. Target opponent blights 2. Activate as a sorcery, and when this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to its owner's hand. Cool. Oh, and we got Bloodline Bidding. So this is Convoke 6, 6 and 2 black, so 8 mana card. Choose a creature type, return all creatures of the chosen type from your graveyard to the battlefield. So very, very cool. This is like Patriarch's Bidding, but it has Convoke and more mana. But it's a nice foil to get. I'll take it. I often ask myself the question, are these packs just getting more difficult to open, or am I just getting weaker? The answer, I think, is somewhere in between. All right, first uncommon is Encumbered Reejery. Second is Prisma Basher. Third is Boulder Dash. Fourth is Dose of Dawn Glow. Oh wow, and we've got another mythic. This is one that we don't have in our collection yet. Deceit. So 4 and hybrid mana, blue-black, blue-black. When this creature enters, if 2 blue was spent to cast it, return up to 1 other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So bounce effect on blue. And when this creature enters, if 2 black was spent to cast it, target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. It's got Evoke for a hybrid blue-black, blue-black. Now that is a nice card. I remember that Deceit was going for a pretty penny when this set was initially released. I don't know if that is the case still. What I would say is it would be so cool to get a Bitter Blossom or something like that here, but I'm not super hopeful. We have gotten some cool cards already, 2 mythics. So beggars can't be choosers. And so let's see what our collector booster also entails. Alright, first uncommon is Grave Shifter. Thirst for Identity. Personify. Liss Alana Dignitary as our 4th uncommon. And our rare is Maralan Fey Ascendant. So you've got 2 black, green, and blue, flying 4/5 creature. Whenever Maralan or another elf or fairy you control enters, exile the top 2 cards of target opponent's library. Once each turn, you may cast a spell with mana value less than or equal to the number of elves and fairies you control. So this is the fairy and queen, so fairy and elf queen, right? Very cool. So you may cast them. So you control amongst the cards exiled with Maralan this turn without paying its mana cost. Very cool. And we're getting a lot of full art lands, which is always nice to see. I'm really enjoying the fact that they're putting more of those. I know some people say it dilutes the value of full art lands overall, but we're here to play a game and enjoy the collectability, not to resell full art lands 10 years later. And so I think the players win by default by having more. So we've got Illusion Spinners, first uncommon. Ever Shrike's Gift. Prismatic Undercurrents. And wow, would you believe that? We've got a special guests card. Door of Destinies. As this artifact enters, choose a creature type. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type. Put a charge counter on this artifact. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1 for each charge counter on this artifact. Wow, that's stunning. Stunning artwork. Oh my goodness. And then we've got one hell of another card, Hexing Squelcher. So that is 1 and a red for a 2/2 Goblin Sorcerer. This spell can't be countered. Ward, pay 2 life. Spells you control can't be countered. And other creatures you control have ward, pay 2 life. The most broken goblin card. I think that takes goblins to a whole another level. So I think we're cooking with gas now. Definitely a great set to have bought. I was pretty lucky to have snagged this at MSRP. First uncommon is Springleaf Drum. Second is Eclipsed Elf with that gorgeous artwork. Almost looks like, you know, the Studio Ghibli artwork. Beautiful. Pummeler for hire. And our rare is Deepway Navigator. Blue-white for a 2/2 Merfolk Wizard. With flash, when this creature enters, untap each other merfolk you control. As long as you attacked with 3 or more merfolk this turn, merfolk you control get +1/+0. And then, of course, Tristan's Command again, but in the normal art. Lorwyn was always one of my favorite sets, just given the, you know, the absurdity of some of the fantasy and how the characters look and how whimsical they all are. Coupled with the fact that you've got unique things like the hybridized mana. So we've got Kinsbale Aspirant, Unwelcome Sprite, Moon Vigil Adherence, Kindle the Inner Flame, and our rare is Collective Inferno. So this is 3 in red for Convoke. As this enchantment enters, choose a creature type, double all the damage that sources you control of the chosen type would deal. Silvergill Mentor. Now that's a very good card. So back to Lorwyn. Yeah, just very whimsical storytelling, artwork. The way that the set's direction was built all kind of comes together in a way that is really cool. And really a, you know, fantasy-rich environment. So our first uncommon is Gnarlbark Elm. The second is Omni Changeling. Third is Moonlit Lamenter. And our rare is Adept Water Shaper. Oh, and we've got a Steam Vents here as well. Oh, 1 second, guys, I'm getting a call. Our first uncommon is Requiting Hex. Second is Tanufel Rhyme Speaker. Third is Hovel Hurler. fourth uncommon is Vine Bred Brawler. And our rare is Disruptor of Currents. So you've got a 3 of any color and blue, 5 mana Merfolk Wizard for 3 power and 3 toughness with Flash and Convoke. And when this creature enters, return up to 1 other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Then you've got a foil Spry and Mighty. Card that we have seen before. Alright, we've got 2 more regular packs, but I would say that this opening has been good so far. We've had plenty of hits, and so we can go through that at the very end, but so far I think we've done well with the value of the box. But thank goodness we got it for MSRP. Our first uncommon is Warren Torchmaster. Second is Nightmare Sour. Third is Rhyme Chill. Our fourth uncommon is Encumbered Ridgery. And our our rare / mythic in this case is Ajani Outland Chaperone. So you've got 1 and white for a legendary planeswalker with 3 loyalty. First ability is a +1, create a 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature token. A -2 for Ajani deals 4 damage to target tapped creature, and a -8. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your life total. You may put any number of non-land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield and then shuffle. Very cool card. And then Eclipsed Boggart is the foil. So last pack. First mythic is Prisma Basher. Sorry, first uncommon. I'm so tired. Second uncommon is Boulder Dash. Third is Dose of Dawn Glow. Fourth is Illusion Spinners. And wow. Our mythic is a full art Wistfulness. So 3 and 2 green-blue hybrid for a 6/5 elemental incarnation. When this creature enters, if double green was spent to cast it, exile target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. And when this creature enters, if double blue was spent to cast it, draw 2 cards, then discard a card with evoke double green-blue hybrid mana. Beautiful artwork on this full art card. Wow. So let's just quickly recap what this set gave us, right? We've got okay. Let's just be very conservative and say that these are the best cards. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mythics in a box of 12 packs, right? So Lochmere, Deceit, Door of Destinies, Johnny, Wistfulness, and then we've got some money cards like Hexing Squelcher, Steam Vents. And so this is before even opening up the collector booster. So I think this qualifies for a Insane Hits video title. But now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the collector booster. Now, if we've got something bonkers in here, I'm gonna call the video something even crazier. Maybe I can't even use insane pulls. I may have to call it something else. Maybe super duper insane pulls. But we've got Grave Gill Scoundrel, Stoic Grove Guide, Feisty Spikeling, Gallant Foul Knight, and hey, look, the cards are not super pringled, so that gives me a lot of hope. Timid Shield Bearer, Kindle the Inner Flame, Encumbered Reegery, Eclipsed Marrow, Seer, Plains. A rare is a Mirror Mind Crown foil. Our commander card is a Dread Tiller. Our full art rare is a Lorwyn Imperfect Naturalist. Our second full art rare is a Shadow Urchin. Our foil is a Figure of Fable. And I think that's it. But damn, that was not a very good collector booster. And so I think after getting hit after hit after hit in the regular packs, we are not so fortunate to call this a super duper insane draft night booster opening. But what I will say is it is still insane. Okay, like it is still bonkers to get that many hits from 12 play boosters. Well, thank you for watching, guys. See you next time.